We are out of money. We have no more money. We can't even get a Zoom premium.
There was a fish in the percolator.
Come on out, Sonny. Release the hostages. Attica! We Attica!
Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Pod Day Afternoon. This is a continuation of my radio show at the University of Maine. And these are my two former coworkers, former hostages, and I guess maybe even my friends, Obie and Alex.
I think
I
it's
watch-
sweet that we need to do this podcast so that we still interact with each other.
Yeah, because otherwise, no way.
And we have really good chemistry on the mic.
Seeing the back rooms today, and I'm really excited about that.
I was back home this weekend and I was really trying to get my mom to go see Backrooms with me, like just so I can go see it like right when it comes out. And my mom doesn't like horror movies, and so she made us go see Pressure instead, that new Brendan Fraser movie where he's Dwight D. Eisenhower
With Andrew Scott, right?
and Andrew Scott as the meteorologist, the Scottish meteorologist who says that the weather's going to be bad for D-Day. Andrew Scott plays Scottish Sheldon Cooper. Like one of his like first lines is him just going like, "You're shorter than I expected," and it's like, oh my gosh,
Who gives a shit about the weather?
Obsession. Yeah. So today's episode, we're talking about Obsession, which came out a couple weeks ago, and it's on a less than $1 million budget, making
750K.
750K, and it's about to, or it already did cross the 100 million mark.
Already crossed it.
Already crossed it. So are we ready to talk?
This is a theater movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%.
I saw it
Yeah.
like early in the day. I think mid week of its after the first weekend it was out, and it was still like a couple people in there, but it was like everyone reacted at the same time, and everyone was like stunned silent for most of it. It was pretty good.
I saw it opening weekend. It was terrifying. I'm not a horror movie person, but I love this movie, and it's I just love it. It's so good, and it's one of those movies that like you think about after. It was like one of the first times I'm single, and it was one of the first time I was like, thank God I don't have a girlfriend I have to share a bed with after watching this.
Actually, all three of us are single.
Yeah.
This movie played really, really well with tension.
Played
And
really well with three really, really alone
really
people.
I will say I went and saw it with someone, and that was an uncomfortable experience to go see it with someone on like a kind of date.
You went on a date with somebody to see this
It was
movie?
kind of a date. And so it was like I was like, I keep doing this, I feel like. Because I went on a kind of date and went and saw The Drama. And I feel like none of these are movies to go see with like someone that are like
You're picking
kind of
bad
dates.
movies.
I'm picking great movies that are bad for dates.
I guess the idea of like seeing like a weird fucked up movie on a first date doesn't seem that weird.
Yeah, I just feel like the you get in the car after, and it's like,
Ugh.
oh yeah, we just watched Obsession, and now I have to sit in a car with you, and like, what do you talk about?
Ideally, if I'm going on a first date with somebody, we take our own cars, we meet at the movie, and then we don't.
So you go to the movies, you get in your own car, and then you just don't talk to them.
Yeah, oh, that sounds like a great time.
I mean, that's just how Obie is normally.
You show your first date Saw.
I think the answer is that you should not take someone to a movie theater for your first date. And also,
Bad first date place.
it's a bad first date place. And also, you shouldn't go to bar trivia with your friends. I think that's also another important lesson we should have learned from this movie. As someone who loves bar trivia, don't go with your coworkers. That's just too much time with them.
It's currently had a higher box office every weekend. It's the first film outside of the Christmas window to do that. What movie do you guys think? The last movie to improve on its opening weekend every week for 3 weekends.
Star
Was it the
Wars?
first Avatar?
No, it came out and this is testing your ball knowledge. Came out in 1982.
1982.
First movie was 1982. Big director.
Big director.
Is it
One of the,
Spielberg?
yep.
Spielberg.
Oh,
Okay.
it's E.T.
Yeah. First movie
Okay.
outside of the Christmas window since E.T.
This is an
That's in-
independent film. This is an independent film.
It cost $750,000 and it's eyeing 330.
Wait. I have a question.
30 million.
It didn't break even on. It didn't go like week 2 and 3. They didn't break even. It was higher on week 3.
So weekend 1 was 16 million. Weekend 2 was 22 million. Weekend 3 was 26.
Wow.
It's incredible. It's unbelievable.
And it's really cool too in an era of like very much everyone watches the box office more than like anything else for like reception of movies. That's like really good.
Thoughts about the movie before anything specific. That was so there's not a single thing I would have changed about this movie. I loved every moment of it. I will watch it multiple more times, and it's like it can't even be a cult classic. It's already getting great reception, but like this is like one of those movies where it's like, oh, that's an era movie.
Best movie of 2025?
It's definitely gonna reset like horror a little bit with how like big it's gotten. I mean, it's like the last movie to do what it did in the horror genre would be Paranormal Activity, and before Paranormal Activity would be Blair Witch Project, which all three really like kind of cornerstones in horror now.
But Obsession is it's such a cultural like monument of like where it's at, and I feel like only Scream did that. Where like you watch Scream and you're like, yeah, this is the 90s and this is all very topical. Like I feel like Obsession is very topical.
What do you mean topical? Like it's like a epidemic of male loneliness?
That, but also just it's very Gen Z. Like it's Gen Z in the way that Bodies is, but less like smacking you over the head with it, I think. And I love Bodies. I think that it feels very of right now. It feels very 2025, 2026. It just did it so fucking well. And I think that it also it talks about, women's bodies, autonomy in a very modern way.
Yeah.
I feel like it's directed, like this being a male director is really impressive, I think. Considering like, because like, it's interesting because like I watched a couple interviews with him and he didn't, this is really interesting because you imagine a lot of directors have an idea of like a message they want to tell and how to tell that message. But for him, it was just like, this seemed like a cool idea. And then the message kind of came out of that. Extremely well done. And it doesn't feel like a cash grab or anything like that of just like the idea of like this concept came from like The Simpsons. It's like, it's nothing new, but the way they did it felt new.
Also, I think there's a lot of credit to Indy Navarrete.
Yeah, she did a great job of like she really played like a real person in like every situation where she was not yet, I guess spoiler alert, if you haven't seen the movie, yet possessed by this wish token.
Not possessed. I don't think it wasn't like possession.
It wasn't possession, but there was definitely a new person in her body was like the thing. And she was in there. How I described it when I was like trying to get someone to go watch the movie, it was like she kind of gets put in a sunken place.
Totally. That's great.
Yeah, she's in a sunken place. And
she's there, but she doesn't have control of her actions.
Yeah. Except occasionally.
So I want to, since we brought her up, I want to do the Oscar thing now. She's incredible. This is like one of the best performances I've ever seen. Only 15 actresses like counting horror movies have been nominated for an Academy Award. How many do you think? Okay, so there's 4 since 2000. Do you think you can name the 4 actresses in horror movies that have been nominated?
Well, Amy from Weapons, obviously.
Yep. There's one more from last year.
Then Sinners.
Well, not me.
There's Toni Collette.
Didn't get nominated.
True horror. There was someone from Get Out, right?
No nominations. No? You want the years? 2010 and 2024.
2010 and 2024. 2010. Ooh.
And for horror?
She won. 2010. 2024. That's like the one I feel like that's more reasonable to get for us too.
Extremely. Like, was a front runner, came in second. That was the Mikey Madison year.
Oh, who
You
did
know
I?
it.
I should know it. Yeah, who got? Oh my gosh, that's killing me now that I don't know anything.
2010 one. I don't. What was the genre? Like it was what
Horror?
kind of or what? No, what kind of horror was it?
Horror.
Let me make sure. I know it's a horror movie, but let me. Directed by Darren Aronofsky.
Oh, it was Black Swan. It
Well,
was
okay, yeah.
Natalie Portman.
yeah, deserved, valid.
And then
Who did Mikey Madison win over?
Demi Moore for The Substance.
Oh,
I forgot. Yeah,
Yeah. So
not
wait,
like
I-
it's forgettable though.
was Mia Goth ever nominated for anything?
No.
So the Academy just doesn't respect horror movies. Like the fact that Toni Collette for Hereditary didn't get a nom, like Mia Goth, like you mentioned. So realistically, she should campaign in supporting, because the lead acting category looks super stacked this year. But there's a chance that this performance just like is one of those like Toni Collette where it's like, oh wow, she was incredible in this movie, and then just doesn't get the recognition, which is really disappointing. But
She unfortunately is gonna be in a year where you have a Spielberg movie coming out soon, and then you also have a Christopher Nolan movie coming out soon. You have Renate Rensev gonna be in that movie Fjord with Sebastian Stan, and they might put her in that category, but they might put her in.
that'll be lead. So
That'll be lead for sure.
I was actually looking at this. So the lead contenders are Renata Ranza for Fjord, Mikey Madison for The Social Reckoning. Sandra Schuler has 2 movies coming out where she'll be the lead. It's like lead is stacked this year. The Jesse Eisenberg comedy. Supporting is definitely the move, but it's still like it's going to be a toss up even if she can get in.
It's so refreshing. This entire cast and Obsession, they're all new.
They're all very new. I looked through, and besides like some very minor like TV show appearances and other like very small movies, this is like their first. I'll say a blockbuster. It's their first blockbuster.
And Indy, her opening scene when she comes on, I was like grabbing my seats. I was like, "Oh, this is for me." I don't give. I was immediately biased towards the movie. I've never seen a woman so fine. Doesn't matter. Her performance is great without that. But like, I saw her. I was like, "Yeah, I'd be obsessed with her too." Are you kidding me?
Well, she does a really good job of like outside of just being beautiful. Is like her personality before she gets like One Wish Willow. You like get why Bear would fall in love with her. She's just like. She just has a cool personality. She just seems fun to hang out with.
She's a cool girl.
And she plays that just as well as the crazy girlfriend.
We love Obsession.
I'm obsessed, you could say.
Oh, that's a lot of love. What about you, Alex?
My second favorite movie of the year.
After
Roger Tell Marysville.
It starts. There was going to be a different starting point that Curry was going to make, but didn't end up doing that. I like what they did instead, where it's this kind of like emotional scene of the main character, Bear, great name, of the main character, Bear, opening up and telling his feelings to this lady sitting in front of him. Only it's the waitress. And then his buddy Ian, coworker Ian, kind of buddy Ian, is just like, dude, no.
They're all kind of like how we are, you know, like
they're way more toxic.
No, I mean like they're coworkers, but they say they're friends.
Oh, word! They're lying to themselves.
Yeah,
of course. But they are a toxic friend group, and we're gonna get to all that. But like this opening scene, you can see how toxic it is because Bear is giving this like he's practicing because he's really into this girl Nikki. And he's practicing on this waitress, like explaining, like expressing his feelings. And his buddy Ian is like, dude, stop. Nah. And he's telling like the waitress to like leave. He's like, dude, you can't say that to Nikki. And it's like this I really liked it. It was this very honest, very sweet, very open. Like I'm so thankful for you. I like it that you're in my life. And Ian is like, dude, no, you got to bully her. What'd you guys think about that?
I really liked that the waitress like ate it up too. Like she was like that was pretty good.
Anything for a good tip. Be so for real.
That is true. But I feel like that wasn't the director's intention with that. It was to like show that like, oh, like Bear's kind of like got it on his own, and that Ian is kind of like, I don't know. I think that's retrospective that Ian's giving him bad advice. I will get to that, but
Well,
I think
yeah,
it's like so like it really captures like you don't really think any of it because that is very much like your guy friend giving you really shitty advice because that just is a thing that happens.
yeah. I mean, I like a little, not like a super big spoiler, but Ian doesn't want him to get with her.
Yeah.
I don't think so. Like,
It's interesting watching it on rewatches because like on the rewatch it's very like obvious. It's so obvious. It's like, oh wow, Ian does not like, he's into Nikki probably. Whatever, fucking spoiler.
yeah,
But like
yeah.
maybe he's not even into her. He just doesn't want, maybe it's not even into it. Maybe he just doesn't want Bear to be with her.
So is he with Sarah?
No.
No.
Okay. Well, no, I didn't think so. But I was wondering if he had hooked up with Sarah. Could they like?
No.
Okay,
I don't think so. I actually on the first, I guess my first and only watch when um we cut forward to trivia night, they like walk in together and I was like, oh, maybe they're together.
Yeah,
But
that's
that's
why.
quickly diffused. That's quickly
Yeah,
diffused.
So to get ahead of just like what the friend group is, there's Nikki, a girl, and then there's Sarah, and then there's
Also
Ian
beautiful.
and Bear. Bear is incredibly in love with Nikki. Sarah is in love with Bear, which is very obvious. Like
Yeah,
Sarah's,
you can tell. You can
From the
tell
first
in
time
their
she
first
showed
meeting.
up.
yeah, Sarah's not trying to hide it. And then Ian is what we will find out later. Spoiler. Actually, you know what? We're not going to even say that. There's Ian, and
You
Ian
can
is
tell it immediately. Yeah.
We can say it now.
he is a shit stirrer, dude. I have never like he he is such a shit stirrer. He is in everybody's business. He is messing with that pot. And it is so obvious. He is such a dipshit. He's such a realistic friend, and he's such like a conniving little bitch. Like, oh, he's so overtly conniving too. He irritates me.
You can tell because he's like he knows so much what Bear's intentions are um when they're at this first like group hangout. But before they get to this group hangout, we have to mention Bear's cat dies. He goes home from this like he gets home from like this way the like diner and his cat is dead. It like gotten into some pills and he's like really bummed about it. We learn it's his like grandmother's cat and he could not take care of it clearly because it's dead.
It was
And then
at his grandmother's house and his grandmother's pills that the cat got into.
yeah. And we see him like mourning this cat and then he gets a call from Nikki being like, are you gonna come, like I put in my 2 weeks, are you gonna come out to like trivia tonight? Like we only have so much time left together. And that's like a very minor tone of this movie is like how much time you have left in life.
Something
Also,
that I thought, yeah.
I want to say I love the title card. They did it practically. The obsession sticked onto the blanket on the bed. It's so sick. It was roses. It just looks so cool. I love when movies do like quote unquote practical title cards, like they do in Napoleon Dynamite, Almost Famous. It's just like it's so great.
Not practical, but there's sometimes where a title card will come out and I'll be like, that's tight.
Yeah.
That's the last time that I was in a movie theater and I was like, that's dope. That was a good title card was Evil Dead Rise. When it comes up the lake, I was like, that's tight. Good for them. That was great. Something that I haven't seen anybody point out. There's a few things that I wrote down that I haven't seen anybody point out, but the bottom of the pill bottle says do not eat on it in like the weirdest lettering. There's like these little letters on it and it says do not eat, but like as if it was like a ransom note, which I thought was so weird.
Yeah.
Like why would that be on the bottom? It's cool. There's a few little things where I'm like, that's so interesting.
The movie, like before, immediately after that like opening scene with the waitress, the movie has like this really like eerie sense to it off the bat, and you already have this sense that you're in like this weird alternate universe almost where like this isn't like everything is not even normal before things even get like bizarre. Because like immediately he gets home, there's a cat dead, and then he gets this call from Nikki, and it's a pretty weird call, and he's acting weird already, not mentioning the fact that his cat is dead. And then he's like, "Yeah, I guess I'll go out." And then she's like, "Yeah, I lost my crystal necklace down the drain."
Well, she's very unhappy because Nikki, her character, she really wants to be a writer, and it seems like they all met in high school, and they've just been working at Sarah's dad's music store, and that's how they've like maintained this friendship. But
Played by Andy Richter, by the way.
that's the most famous person in the movie.
Yeah. Yeah. By far, yeah.
It's funny because he's barely in it, but um, she's going to be putting in her 2 weeks. She plans on putting in her 2 weeks, and you can tell like Nikki and Bear are not like they know each other. When they're at the bar and they're doing trivia night, whatever. Oh my god, Ian, like because Ian is so obnoxious because he won't let Bear just like confess his feelings. He keeps getting involved. It's so rude. It's so annoying.
Yo, hot take. I'm with him. Don't do it at trivia night because she says no. That fucks up the entire night. It ruins the entire night. He's right. That's
kind of the thing. He's like, it's like everything he does is so like kind of like being like a cockblock. I just to use it like a term, but it's just like he's kind of like it's kind of realistic. He's just being your friend, like, oh man, this isn't the place to do it. But it's also like if he's kind of stirring the pot. So yeah,
if he does it and she says no, then what? I have to just sit. We just have to sit there in a broken ass friend group because Sarah nah.
I think that's something the script does really well is that it plays really well with this like. In hindsight, everything makes a lot more sense to you as a viewer being like, oh my gosh, he wasn't doing this out of like good intention. But like on that first watch, you're like, it's so blinding. It's just like, oh, he's just being like a friend. Like he's just being like a jerk. But that's so well. Like it works so well.
Nikki is going to be putting in her 2 weeks though. And it's already pretty clear that Bear and Nikki don't hang out one-on-one though. Like, he would have to invite her out privately, which would already show everything that's going on. Like, they don't hang out one-on-one. Like, it was an odd thing when he gives her a ride home after the bar.
Yeah.
That her dynamic, it's like, okay, if I'm hanging out and it's like, oh, like, you're coworkers and you're into each other, you kind of got to do it either at work or this group hangout. Like, I don't think that would have been that weird. Like, maybe at the end. Maybe at the end.
We are seeing one big thing is that since she lost her crystal necklace on that phone call with him, he goes to this like kind of mysticky shop, very reminiscent of like 80s movies. I really liked that.
Oh, like Goosebumps.
Goosebumps, yeah, very goosebumpsy. It was really sweet. I really liked that. And he goes and he's looking at these crystals. He's like, she wouldn't like that. She wouldn't like that. But then it's kind of like. Yes, she would. Like we know her better as an audience than him, which is kind of like a really interesting thing because we're like we barely heard her over the phone call, but we kind of like have this good read on her more than he does. But then instead he buys this One Wish Willow, which I feel like is very much something that seems like we would see it in real life. But
for sure,
even like at the store,
everything about it, like. The packaging, it looked like an old 80s toy that
was brought back for nostalgia bait. Yeah. And
exactly.
And it's like but at the same time the store, it feels so weird. Like we still have this sense of like this isn't like we're in a very heightened reality. Because he talks to the like cashier about like what it is. And she's I love it when movies do this. She's like not in this movie. She's in a different movie, and it works really well that she's like kind of not meeting his energy, which no one really ever meets Bear's energy because he is a nervous wreck.
Loser.
He's a loser, yeah, and it works so well.
I love the choice that nobody's questioning the One Wish Willow. Like, I mean, Ian is. And, like, later on in the movie, and, like, obviously, like, Bear has his own qualms, but, like, nobody else is. Everybody's like, it's a one-wish willow. What do you mean? I make my wishes.
The director explained that, like, since he, like, doing YouTube, he understood that he, like, said multiple times
to not question the audience and makes the audience like the audience is smart. That's what he discovered through YouTube. So like the fact that he didn't have to over explain the premise of the thing, and it's just something that like it's clearly been in the universe, in this world. It's happened, it's existed, people have used it, and people understand it. You don't have to over explain how it works. It just is a thing that happens. Bear like tumbled onto it, and that's what happened. And it's so well done because I hate when movies are so.
It's
like,
exhausting.
It's so exhausting.
Exhausting. You get like the scene of him on the computer at one point being like, "Is this real?" That's kind of it. He has to try to convince Ian that it's a thing. Other than that, he doesn't talk to anybody about it except for the customer service rep. The customer service rep is like, "Yeah, it's a thing." The two people who work in the store, yeah, like whatever, man, it's a thing. It seems so nonchalant, and I fucking love that.
It isn't like a wording thing. Bear just made a bad wish. Like you could, because Ian's wish is just good, and there's no repercussions. You just like you don't. It's just because Bear fucked up. That's all it is. It's not the idea of the wish.
Do you think there's any way where that wish is like not fucked up?
No,
and we're skipping over ourselves. We have to get to the very awkward drive to Nikki's place.
It's so realistic. I've been on that drive. It's so real. It's so real.
I think Curry Barker does a really good job of like, and so do the actors of that. Like when they're like deciding what to do next for the rest of their night out. When Bear is like, "Yeah, I'll take you home." You can kind of tell that this is like the first time those two are going home together in a car together. That it was like so weird because like. If he went home with Sarah, like took her home, you'd feel like that was not the first time. If he took Ian home, that was not the first time. But with Nikki, you had the sense that was the first time these two have
so
been.
Awkward and uncomfortable.
That shows how much of a fucking pussy he is because they went to high school together. We know that. And we know it's been many years since they've graduated. I think it's been 4 or 5 years since they've graduated high school. They're in their 20s. They've never been alone together? That's fucking crazy, dude. So
like, what do you mean you've never like been in a car just like
they play it off like that's how it is. Is
yeah, that probably is how it is. Yeah.
Everything until he drops her at this house is just like Nikki is playing like just like everything is fine and like not playing like this is like an unusual thing. But Bear's actor, I want to give him major props because he's like, you can tell he has never driven this girl home before.
Oh my gosh. Do you think he's ever driven a girl home before?
Probably Sarah, because he just like, he is only, you can kind of tell he is obsessed with Nikki in some sense.
He's so obsessed with Nikki. He doesn't even see Sarah as like a chick, dude.
Sarah's so cool in this movie. She's just so cool.
When I first watched this movie, because there's a lot to take away from that car scene. Also, it's very important because she talks about the difference between a romance and a love story. This is a love story, but it's not a romance. Love that. But the thing that, like, when I first watched it, I was like, this girl does not like him at all. This girl sees him like a brother. This is not, which obviously later on that's like solidified. But like, I like how there is an ambiguity. Every rewatch, every clip I see, every time like I revisit it and I think about it, I think she really was like open to it. I don't think she was like, harboring this like deep love or anything, but she was just waiting for him to make a move. She would have gone.
I think she would have done the same. She's like, Bear could have been Ian, like of just like a hookup. Because like the way she brings it up is like in the car is like, yeah, you're the only person I can talk to about my art and my writing stuff. And like when she gets out of the car and she straight up asks him, like, if he just said yeah, he would have been fine.
That tone is interesting because when she first said it, like the first time I watched the movie and she said that, I was like, oh, like that's not. But like the more I'm watching, I'm like, it's like frustration. She's like, this is the time. And I think the way she was looking at him, like to me, I don't think it necessarily matters, which is kind of sad. She was like, he's probably a nice guy. He'll probably be nice to me. Ian's not being nice to me. It doesn't seem like death.
My interpretation of it was more so that I think Nikki had this growing suspicion that like, oh man, like our friendship, like it's definitely like he has a crush on me and we need to like punch that like in the gut and get it over with, like rip the band-aid off so that we can go be normal friends. And I felt like that's what it was like. Like, come on, like get it out just so that this can stop being awkward because clearly you have a crush on me. Because I think like with that conversation, I think she really is like, you need to like stop having a crush on me and get with Sarah because like you two play really well together.
It did. I took it a little bit of like she was trying to hook him up with Sarah a little bit.
Yeah, that's. I felt like she was definitely. I think Ian says this later on. I think she definitely was actually going to friend zone him and be like, listen, like it's really sweet, but like I don't like you, and you should be with Sarah. But at the same time, we will never know that because he's a coward and will not admit it to her. And then immediately, what does he do, Obie, with
Fucking
that one?
terrifying jump scare, dude.
I'm going to argue back on that a little bit because I was a girl in high school. I went through it. I've been in car rides like that. I've had conversations like that. It's so fucking realistic. I think it was more of like a, you don't want that, right? Like, you kind of don't want that, right? The thing that sends it over the edge is as she gets out of the car and she's like, okay, do you like me? And he goes, we're great friends. She is so disappointed, dude. She is so disappointed. I think there could be disappointment for other reasons too, but like, that girl was pouty.
I think that's the great scene. The great point of that scene is that it really gives every audience member this like mixed bag of like what to really interpret that as, because then the rest of the movie you're like, he's an idiot, because like that could have played out in so many different ways, and instead he doesn't give her gift of this one wish willow and uses it himself as she walks back to her house and wishes for her to love him more than anyone fucking else. Is that like the exact wordage?
In the world, yeah.
Anyone else.
I wish Nikki Freeman loved me more than anyone else in the fucking world.
Yeah.
And then,
which is like you could tell that like maybe like wishing someone to love you, like that's definitely in every story of the world. Like wishing for love is like a very bad thing that goes back bad onto you. But like definitely the way he words that wish, you immediately know, oh, that's not
not good. That's not good.
Can I backtrack a second? Did you guys ever? So, do you know about the filming of Willem Dafoe's part in American Psycho?
Oh, where he would play it as like, oh, I know, oh, I don't know, and oh, I have suspicion. Yeah. So he's
the detective. He's investigating Patrick Bateman, and they do 3 different takes for this like this line delivery. Yeah. That's how Indy is playing this character. Like in like before the wish is made. That is how she's playing it. Like it feels like they're playing different takes of I'm really into you, I'm not into you. It's so cool. I love it.
That's the issue with doing the movie that came out this year, is that we won't know for 10 years.
I also think that Curry Barker, I think he's getting like, this movie is so good and he thought about a lot of stuff in it.
But he didn't think about all of it.
He didn't think about all of it. And that's how, like, we're getting into that point where it's the author's intention, and sometimes that is a subconscious intention with your art, and the audience is the one who has to pick that up and be like, oh, this is...
Well, the issue with this movie is actually getting too big, where people on Twitter are just saying stupid things because they think but some people are just seeing this movie and are like, it's like the first time they've ever talked about art before.
Yeah, totally. And I mean, he put out something that appealed to so many people that people can put their own representations onto it. Like, people can make this into a very feminist movie. Did he really think about all that? Probably not. It might have been
like I said, he thought about the cool concept and then it built out from there. His goal wasn't like, this is I want to make a movie about how evil men are. How do I do that?
He made a One Wish Willow, and he was like, I want to make the biggest movie in the fucking world. And then he did, and, people put their own shit on that.
Well, like everyone, I remember seeing, like, people thought it was a man, like, about the man versus bear comment, like, in the woods. But which he debarred, like, he said, no, that's not what this is.
It's author's intent, where it's like, we're getting to a point where, like, even if the author didn't intend that, that is definitely an interpretation of the story you can make, because it it is a story that isn't very like cutthroat with like its exact meaning, which is like something we're missing very much in art today. I know I said it in the last episode where I really like George A. Romero's um, George A. Romero's like very in your face depiction of racism, but I think again we need to movies where it's very like the audience can interpret so many different things is so important today because it's something we're losing. And I really think Curry Parker did a really good job with that.
And, you know, he brought people to the theater.
He did. And I think that's why it has really good word of mouth because no matter what someone goes in and watches it, they think it's good for different reasons.
It's just great writing. And I love sketch comics who become movie directors. I love it when comedians go into horror.
It's a really interesting the pipeline of YouTube to horror now. Within the last 5 years, you have the Talk to Me directors, which is like bring it back as well. You have Markiplier doing Iron Lung.
You have Kane Parsons.
Kane Parsons doing the Backrooms, and then what's that other one that nobody saw? Shelby Oaks, which is by the film critic horror YouTube person. But nobody saw that. But like that's still there's like 6 movies of that YouTubers to horror pipeline, which is really interesting. That like that is where the genre is going, both like box office wise and like critically. People are enjoying the younger filmmakers.
Yeah,
which is funny because like 10 years ago, 2016, and before that, from like 2011 to 2016. They were like having YouTubers in movies and direct movies, and it was not working. And it's so interesting now that we have like a very different interpretation of a YouTuber turned movie star or director because back 10 years ago, 15 years ago, Shane Dawson made like a horror movie in that horror competition back in 2011, Friends Forever. That bombed. That was awful. And now, like, you have such a different connotation with YouTuber and director. It's really interesting.
You still have some bad stuff, but it seems like it's more TikToker.
More good than bad now.
Yeah. It feels like more TikToker trying to be a movie star, like Addison Rae. That movie is like horrendously bad. But then you still have these creatives who are like. It's funny that a lot of it is comedy to horror. Is that is the switch, which there is a lot of there is the connective between comedy and horror is really music and how it's played. Like
they work on the same like anticipation thing. You have to build something up and then release. Like it makes sense. Also, I mean, huge shout out to fucking Jordan Peele. I think he really made like a new gateway. He wasn't on YouTube, but like he was still doing shorts. Like he
was on Epic Rap Battles of History. I will say that.
You mean ERB, baby?
ERB. I think that like because in comedy there's the rules of 3, and we mentioned earlier that there's a lot of callback and obsession. Like a lot of things are brought back, and I think that something with comedy is the ability to bring something back up again naturally and to make it either very funny or very frightening. And
comedy and horror both exist in the idea of like absurdity is the thing. Yeah. So it really is just the tone of it. And you're right, like the idea of like Chekhov's gun of like you mention it and then it comes back later. That is like just it works in both genres.
We have a literal Chekhov's gun in this one.
We literally have a Chekhov's gun. Andy Richter's gun.
Thinking that's going to be like the big thing, and it's just this little side thing.
Yeah, it's so interesting. Yeah. Let's get back to play by play. We have him making that wish, and then I thought when I was watching this movie that this is gonna be more of a slow burn. She's like gonna like slowly like be like crazed about him. No, that is not the case. Immediately she is like insane, and like Nikki has this like new person in control of her who is only obsessed with Bear, and you can kind of tell that this like person who's in control of Nikki is like very much trying to figure out just like any means necessary to like spend the night with him, and doesn't understand a lot of things because it's like
the first shot. where after he snaps it and she's just covered in shadows, like standing in her doorway, got me so bad. And like when I first watched, like, nah. And she snaps out of it once and she's like, what's going on? I'm being so weird. And then I'm like snaps right back into it and and it like whenever she breaks it, it might be it's scarier than like the real horror stuff. It's like when you realize she's not in control, every moment like that is so scary.
I thought that was a really good creative decision to have that fact that she's still in there, like the real Nikki is still in there somewhere. And you can clearly see that like throughout the movie that obsessed Nikki is like more and more in control because you get less and less breaks of this Nikki coming out. Because in that first scene, there's several moments where you're like, oh, she is still in there. And I think it's almost like a mini like stroke to like obsess Nikki because she's like kind of confused after each time that happens.
It's more and more obvious every rewatch, every single time she snaps out of it. Because the first time I rewatched, I don't feel like I really was noticing her snapping in and out of it. But in that opening scene, like she's like, whoa, like it's so cool. It's so cool.
Yeah, I think the worst one is like obviously they have the one at the near the end at the party, but when she's making out with him, when they get back and she's like, "What the fuck is going on, Bear? What are you doing?" That one is like, it plays with the idea of like consent and like it's kind of like a drunkenness almost. Like they play it of like she's blacked out, she wakes up and like this is happening to her. It's like really uncomfortable.
That was the scariest scene of the movie for me. Like that, that was a whole body. Like it took me a moment to like regain myself when I first saw that. That was the scariest. But
I want to say it's really weird because I think Bear at that point doesn't like he maybe has like this like non-0% chance that he thinks it's the One Wish Willow, but a majority of him is like, okay, like this is just happening. And he's into it at first. And he's like, this is just her being like, okay, like you're into me. Let me just do it for you.
If I can say valid, I don't know. Like, I think that I don't think there's any fault at that beginning thing. And also, like, there's a point where he's like, I'm a really nice guy. You should be into me.
Yeah. And I think that
you're going to leave the job. You're realizing that I was always right here in front of you. I'm playing, old school Taylor Swift. I'm looking through my window at you. He's like,
nah, I'm going to counter this. Dude, if this ever happened in real life, your first instinct would be like, she's hammered. I'm not doing anything with this. That should have been
honestly, yes. That is what his thought should have been. She was so sober before he like breaks it, and then after that, she does act very like I guess inebriated, and it's like it's just so bizarre.
She said it like I'm fat over my dad. I'm just really drunk.
Yeah,
she said I'm really drunk.
It was because he said, "Oh, are you drunk right now?" And then she was like, "Oh, I'm being weird. Let me go off of that." It was like when Ian said, "Oh, were you on Molly?" She was like, "Oh, I'll just run with that."
No, yeah. I know, but like if as a guy, if a girl says I'm really drunk, dude, stop.
But she was also like, "I can't be home alone right now." Obviously, she was lying, but like she's like, "I can't be home alone," and then. I don't know. Initially, like he set up the bed on his separate area.
Yeah. I think he did pump the brakes. Like, he pumped the brakes, and
we
he seems
as well.
Did he really pump the brakes?
I think he pumped the brakes for sure. He was going to sleep on the ground, and she was like, it had been some time now since they gotten home to his house, where she was then like. They were just in bed together, and it seemed like an innocent kiss was what was going to happen, is what I will say. And she did not seem very drunk, and it seems like that was what was happening there. I will say, I think it's because the rest of the movie, it is so weird after that scene for him to be like doing anything. that it's like, ooh.
You were living in it. I don't know, because there's also like the way she was talking. She literally was like, "Oh, I've been needing this." Like it seemed like it was this long thought out thing. And also before he had even made the wish, she was like, "Do you like me?" Like it was already in the air.
Yeah, I guess.
I don't know.
I think it's more of just like thinking in hindsight of how many times I would have cut it off and Bear didn't.
So you would have killed yourself pretty soon, because that's the one wish will. The only way
That's
Yeah.
literally the whole movie. I'm like, he's just got to kill himself.
Realistically, okay. I don't know if I. Ooh, what I? Yeah, I think I would have.
I would have. I would have.
Because I was thinking like during as soon as he finds out he should kill himself. Like that's the only way for the curse to end, and then he keeps going for another hour. I'm like, dude, blow your shit off smooth.
I probably would have moved really far away, and I would have been real nice to her.
She would have found you.
No. I'm saying I would have moved with her, and I would have been like we would have trad wiped it.
But even after you find out, like after she does all the crazy shit, you're sticking with it.
She feeds him cat, Obie.
He should have been there. She's jumbling information like she's a stroke victim. I think that's a really good that's a really good point. Like she's grabbing information from different places. Like there's all these photos of his grandma in the fridge, and his cat dies, and she's like, "My cat died. No, your cat died. I'm gonna make a memorial for your cat because that's what you do." And he's like, "That's weird." And she's like, "It's not that weird. That's what you do with the grandma." Like it's so, and she does that a few times where she just jumbles information. And she's like, "You like the cat. You should eat the cat. Like you'll like the cat. Like you like sandwiches. You like cats. You like." She's not trying to like hurt him.
Yeah. I think that is true. She is not like, there's no intention to hurt him. It's just that she is so like, her brain cannot understand anything because it is really like, she like is truly not constantly, obsessed Nikki is not constantly there because sometimes it is real Nikki is there. And so she is like kind of constantly having a stroke. And she like, it doesn't even like seem like she's that bad. Like when they go to work the next day and she's obsessed Nikki and she's just staring at them. That is a very normal thing to do because like clearly they're talking about her. And then
she acts normal like until she shows up at his apartment later that night.
And even then it's like to him that seems kind of like, oh, this is an apology.
Yeah,
for like how bizarre she was acting.
The way that is framed is so good because you see her in the window first.
Yeah.
She's like standing outside the window, and then
because only the audience knows how creepy she is.
Yeah,
at this point,
and the way she's framed in the shadows, all you can see are their eyes.
So unnerving because she's saying everything that she should. She is saying all the right things. There's a few points during this movie where she is saying everything to explain herself.
But it still just doesn't feel right. It never feels
weird.
Right.
It's because us as the audience see everything that's going like we know so like also we know more than Bear does.
That's
we know a lot more of the truth.
Movie is that it seems like a lot of the time the audience is discovering stuff the same time as the main character because the main character is like supposed to be the lens.
Yeah,
but
our lens is truly through Nikki.
Yeah, in this movie, Barker showed us so much that it is not through Bear's eyes. It's like we see when Bear leaves to work and she just stands there. We see that. We see her walk do the weird window walk. Like it's so cool. It feels like we're ahead of Bear, so we know it's creepy. Or like
I had mixed feelings on like the jittery motion she does when she's like watching him sleep. But I think in the long scheme of it, it works pretty well.
It's so fucking scary when she has the flower. When she has the flower pot.
I thought I was gonna shit myself because there was like all these couples around me. It's a full theater, and I'm in the very back, and I'm holding my legs in the flower box thing I was on. And I think I would nope. Bitch, scary because she watches him sleep.
Yeah. And then they have this like rom-com-esque montage of them going on dates, and you're like, oh, maybe like she isn't that messed up. Like maybe it's like working itself out.
It's because he was behaving,
and it's because I will say he was behaving more than a little bit because it is Ian who kind of gets him to stop behaving well. because she starts getting caught in some of these lies that were used to get him I don't want to say entrapped, but more into it than he should be.
Well, she says,
but my favorite bit of the montage is she shows him an AI generated image of them together, because that's so like, that is not something real Nikki would like. You could tell that she would not like that. But Bear is so stupid that he's like, oh, that's cute.
Do you see what the image said? Because I picked up on it. It said, I want to wear your skin, or I want to crawl into your skin. That's what the image says at the top.
Which I will say, that is like something couples do say to each other. But like, given the context is so much more.
The montage ends, they're at the dinner, Bear gets a phone call. And this actually might be my favorite scene. It's so, like, Nikki saying, no.
Oh, also though, Ian is crazy for that. That's overboard. That's fucking great. Calling the hospital, calling around. Fuck you, dude. Let your boy be happy. From his perspective.
Let me play devil's advocate.
I think you're truth saying. I'm probably gonna agree with what you're saying, Alex.
No, I agree. But if I'm playing devil's advocate, Ian was hooking up with her and didn't hear about her dad, and that she knows she hates her dad, and then all of a sudden she brings it up. Like, I do it like.
And this alleged episode on Molly, like in the alleged episode on Molly, it's like there's a lot of red flags going off to him. I think I don't think this is one of the moments he's stirring the pot. I think he is raising a really good red flag right here for his friend. He's like, listen, this girl just had a trip on Molly that was really bad. And then she's like all of a sudden really into her dad. Whoa.
If it was about I want to help Nikki, he wouldn't be telling Bear. He would be talking to Nikki about it.
That is true.
His reasoning is so fucked up. But then we get one of the best scenes ever. No.
Oh, we were having a good day.
And motherfucker caves. He fucking just caves. He's like,
we are.
And then he goes, it doesn't matter. And then
it's the last time he brings up the dad. It's the last time. He doesn't bring it up again.
Indy Navarrete is very attractive. Or you get to be this scary if you're this sexy.
You know who I thought the like no scene was kind of esque, and like it was Paul Dano as the Riddler. He like because he
in the
jail he goes no like you didn't get it. He was obsessed with the Batman. And all of a sudden the Batman's not playing his game, and then it's like no, like you've broken him. I think that something similar happens.
I got a lot of Mia Goth and Pearl as well.
I was thinking Mia Goth too.
Yeah. Oh, that one. Yeah. I think there's several scenes where it's like
I thought we were having a good day. Doesn't she literally say that in X?
Yeah. She's like she has like it is so it's not original, but it plays so well that it feels so original there.
The performance is so incredible. It's like it really is like some unbelievable stuff.
Honestly, I think if like I know like there's some weird things happening. I think if he didn't ask her that, it would have kept playing very normal. Like whatever was going on with them. But after that point, it's like another stroke to her because she's like, I have to figure out another way to get this guy.
Also, I think the crazier that like Wish Nikki gets, and the more unstable it gets, the more that he pulls back. Like it's this horrible cycle. Like there wasn't that initial domino. Like don't get me wrong. At the end of the day, it's still a girl losing her autonomy. It's still fucked up. Like it would be more peaceful, and it wouldn't make Nikki want to kill herself. Like it wouldn't make.
I think Trap Nikki, no matter what, wants to kill herself because she is watching her. She literally watches her life. Someone who was just talking about wanting to be like free of like this like work cycle and like go do her own thing, watching it all of a sudden be literally entrapped in her own body and watching like a life that she probably does not want to live play out is like probably like, oh no, like I don't want to live like this the rest of my life, being sunken into this place.
Well, like with jumping ahead, it's like she really says it when Bear goes to leave. I mean, this is way later, but when Bear
Yeah.
goes to meet Sarah in the car, and Nikki's like, "This is real. This is me. She's asleep right now." And this is like maybe the best two lines. It was like I don't
Yeah.
know exactly, but it's like Bear is like, "What's so wrong with being with me or loving me or whatever it is?" And Nikki says, "I don't know. I never have been because it's not her." It's
Yeah.
like that is
Oh.
the movie right there. In those two lines, that's the movie.
I think we can skip ahead a little bit because
so like
the rest.
we gotta talk about she puts the cat in the sandwich. Fucking insane.
And he has this really sweet moment. Bear has this really sweet moment with Sarah where it happens a couple of times in the movie where he does have this one-on-one with Sarah, and you're like, oh, this is like who he's supposed to be with.
Yeah.
And
I don't think supposed to, but they know each other. They're friends.
They know each other. They know each other, and they like play really well. Like they
have
well
really good chemistry.
They have really good chemistry, and that works really good. That even when they're like being friends at like in the scene, it seems like two friends who are going to get together. That's how that's played.
When she puts her head on his shoulder,
yeah.
When after they're talking about college, I was really scared that Nikki was going to come in.
Oh yeah.
The second that happened, I knew she was dead. I knew she was gonna die. I was like,
oh yeah.
I was like, you know that Nikki is a crazy person right now, and you're letting this girl like get in. I'm like, oh, you were killing her, Bear. I think I was several times I was more mad at Bear for getting Sarah involved in this than I was at him for whatever 100%. He was doing to Nikki. I was like, 100%. you're
Nikki never felt like Nikki is the villain, quote unquote. But if it really does, no, I mean like movie framing wise,
yeah,
of like the antagonist, evil possession, Nikki
obsessed Nikki,
yeah. But objectively, Bear is the villain. Bear ruined Nikki's life because she's probably going to prison. And big spoiler, he got all of his friends killed.
Yeah,
like. He's just a bad guy.
Fault. No, baby, this is all your fault. And it is. The anger that I felt from everybody when like Nikki is freaking out and then Sarah's like, come get in my car with me. And then he does?
I know. That's why I'm like, dude.
You're gonna cheat?
He should. I was like, you should understand that like this girl is insanely unstable. And you should not do that. Like, even if he like doesn't think it's the One Wish Willow at this point, still, it should definitely be a 50% thought in his head. So like, this is probably the Wish Willow.
We skipped two major moments before we get to the car shit, which is wild. So he called the handler. He called the number on the back of the box. Customer service, which is Curry Baker's voice.
Hey.
But he basically. But like the scene of the part of that that's really unsettling is like, do you want to talk to her?
Yeah,
and it's just her screaming, like that was so unsettling.
At that moment, the rest of the movie. I think I was just like thinking, I was like, Barry, you got to kill yourself. You just got to kill yourself.
Exactly, 100%.
You have to kill yourself the second you hear that.
And then the big party scene.
Oh my god! You said you were going to bring her. Such a good line.
Nikki was being really fucking normal and really fucking chill. That was not a boys' night. I would have lost my mind way more than her if he was like, don't come, it's a boys' night. And then I do come and there's all these fucking chicks around. I would have lost it at the party way before.
And you're playing a game that is like, kiss the person to your left. Bro.
That's not a boys' night.
I think like even if he had a non-obsessed Nikki with him, you are dead. He is dead, not Sarah. He is probably dead. But
she was unbelievably chill, and you know what? Credit to her.
Obsessed Nikki was even chill. Like even chill.
She was chill. She
was chill for what obsessed Nikki was.
Smut.
She was chill.
Nah, the Hansel and Gretel incest story was not chill. That was.
I will say that she's like crazy.
She was chill for dealing with boys' night.
Yeah, she was. She was a chill character for what Obsessed Nikki really should have done for what that scene was. Also, I do want to touch on the Hansel and Gretel story. I think that's more proof that she did see him as like a brother because like maybe in Nikki's head she does have this weird like fucked up like because maybe that's why the wish went wrong because it's like someone who never had like that type of love for him is now having that type of love for him, and obsessed Nikki is like failing to understand like how.
Because it's this incest thing. I do think that is the best proof that like she wasn't into him, or at least like at that time it was brotherly. It's really disgusting. It's really gross. She did a great job with it. That was great acting. Everybody in the room is like, and I'm cringing.
Everyone in the room and then everyone in the audience of the theater also like, what the?
Yeah. Also, is that not an Evil Dead thing?
It was very Evil Dead-y, yeah.
Loki becomes like, I mean, she has more humanity, but like, that felt like an Evil Dead thing.
Oh, and then when Nikki, real Nikki, kind of like gets to wake up for a second and take control of the body, she tries to kill herself. Which, oh my gosh,
that was so scary.
It was so scary, but at the same time, you're like, oh, this is so sad for her. Like,
it's heartbreaking. It really was.
Yeah.
But then, well, yeah, and then
he doesn't take her to a hospital. Yeah.
Yeah.
So they just go home.
Yeah, and then the car shit happens. It's like, why would you text him? Why would you text him?
Okay, wait. There was two things that I noticed. One of them was actually from like way far back, so I'm gonna like. It's just funny when he was originally looking up. Oh, does the One Wish Willow work? He had this AI thing up, and the prior history. I have not seen a single person talk about this online. The prior history of it, I wrote down. The prior history in it was how to woo a girl.
Oh, he's a chud.
Like his AI history was like how to look better, how to woo a girl, how to talk to women. Like that was his. That's so crazy. He's such a chud. Anyway, he had been texting Sarah already. Their texts, like she was texting him while they were in bed. They had already been texting for like an hour. Their timestamps were already there. And she wasn't like talking about Nikki. She was just like, that's crazy.
Bad guy. Also, this is like going back to something I noticed. Nikki's reading the book upside down when Bear goes up to her, like and talking to her on the couch. The book that she's reading is upside down, which I thought was really cool.
That was such a good choice because it's like she doesn't give a fuck about anything but him.
Yeah.
Also, that makes me think that she. So this is interesting because I also haven't heard people talk about this. When she reads that Hansel and Gretel smut to the party, there's no way because like when Bear's not around, she like vomits all over herself.
She shuts down. Yeah.
So she didn't write that when she was Wish Nikki. There's no way that she could have written that while she was Wish Nikki.
No, that was Nikki. That was Nikki.
So I don't know what that means exactly, but that definitely doesn't. Like that might not have anything to do with Bear just because there's no subconscious coming out.
I think that was Wish Nikki who wrote that because that might have happened previously before the dinner date gone wrong where he brings up her dad because she was able to like make things and show it to him at that point, like the AI like couple photo. I think she did it then. And she just had it already.
I don't feel like she had the capacity to write something like that. Like not like something that like that wasn't explicitly about Bear.
I think that's where you're wrong is that it is about Bear. That story she made is about Bear.
But if she's into that AI, like if she was like looking at, I also didn't think she created the AI thing. I thought that she just like saw it. Maybe I'm wrong with that, but like I just the fact that when he leaves the door,
I mean, she's able to cook the cat. She's able to make the cat memorial. I think it's.
But that's all where Bear is around, right?
Yeah, he's in the house when she does all
he's
that.
In the house.
I guess that's true.
He wakes up earlier. Like I don't know.
Oh,
I find it hard to believe that she would be able to do something so creative. You know,
it felt like that was something Nikki wrote before she became like that was the writing she was talking about.
Yeah,
she was working on a new book. Yeah. Wish Nikki couldn't work on an own book because that's her own thing. Like, I don't know, it's very odd.
That's an
But
interesting interpretation.
we should get to car.
The car,
The car.
dude.
Yeah.
I knew it was coming the entire time. Like
I was
I had-
thinking fun.
I knew she was going through the window. I knew it, and it still
I knew
got me
I knew it
so
too.
fucking bad.
I knew it was coming so much so that I had my hands like in front of my face because I was like, I know it's gonna be gory. I like know she's just gonna like kill her, like just kill her so bad.
It might have been worse knowing it was coming because it just like I had so much anxiety about like she's about to go through this fucking window, but I didn't realize it was gonna be like head brick the steering wheel, bang, bang, bang,
Yeah.
bang. It
It
was
was
so.
Sarah's a bitch. They're both bitches. I think they're both bitches. Nikki is obviously going through something, and Sarah's like, I'm so much cooler than her. I'm cool. You need someone more chill. Also, I'm a cool girl.
I was on your left. You should have kissed me.
and I mean I think that's like the reason why I feel like this movie doesn't take place in a real reality because I think these characters are so easy to like forget what just happened because like and it plays so well that these characters are so easy to forget literally what like how crazy Nikki has been and like to rationalize it because that's like it happens several times throughout the movie where like Nikki does something insane and they're like, oh, that's cool.
Mm-hmm.
So the disposal of the body was interesting because they go back to the music store, but they don't dispose of the body because she's like, I need to deal with this. You need to go out. And then he
goes to get the gun, right? When she goes to the music store.
Yeah.
So what do you think about the way that Sarah's body got propped up?
Well, Nikki puts on her tattoos.
She just draws them on you.
I know, that's what I mean. Like she is trying. Well, I think
I didn't even notice that.
Yeah, I think it's because Nikki, even this obsessed Nikki, knows that Bear likes Sarah. So she is trying to become as much like Sarah as she can because this version of Nikki that she has is trying to, because she says, I can't be Nikki. I can't. I'm trying. I can't. So what she is trying to be is she's just trying to be someone that Bear loves, which is Sarah.
It's the same thing as the cat. You like the cat, you eat the cat. You like Sarah, I wear Sarah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was very much like that, where it's like, I think she becomes kind of like a cat herself, where she's like, you like this thing, I'll bring it to you. And it's like a cat bringing a dead bird to you. I think that's kind of what that was like. And it's in the most absurd, upsetting way possible.
Oh, I like that a lot.
That was jarring.
That was very jarring. That whole last bit of the movie is so good. And I really he goes over to Ian and says, like, please make this wish, like, please. And Ian being a jerk in that moment still is so funny to me.
Practical
like,
effect, by the way. The money is all
the money falling. Wow. Did he wish for $1 billion or $1 million?
I wish for $1 billion.
That should have killed him. $1 billion is a lot of money.
That's it. If it was a monkey's paw, it would have, but
it didn't. He just got $1 billion.
That's what's so cool about it. It's like the concept is monkey's paw, but it's not. It's just like Bear made a bad wish.
Bear made a very bad wish. Yeah.
That's so much better. It's so like it's such a small change, and it makes it so much better. It's like, no, you're the dick. That shows that you're the villain. You were the one who did something wrong.
You made a bad wish. Yeah.
So he goes back to Sarah. Sarah and Nikki. And he's like talking with Nikki, and Nikki's like losing her mind. When Ian comes in and she just like point blank, executes.
It's like horrifying, but also so funny. It's like, yo, dude, I have $1 billion in my house. It comes in, bang, immediately.
Because she was texting Ian from Sarah's phone. Like, come over. And that's why, Bear was like,
yeah.
I'll
go over.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, also, that's why he came.
That,
yeah, because, by the way, Bear, his full name is Baron.
No.
His name tag said Baron. I swear to God, I noticed that.
That's awesome. I did not notice that.
There's something I noticed throughout the movie, and that none of the clocks had an actual time on it, ever. They all had, like, a fake time that could not exist.
No, one of them said like 12:05, and then it switched to like
It,
16 something.
yeah, it would like they just would like make no sense for time of day or like anything, and you're like,
Can I be honest? I don't think that was men. I think
I
that
don't
was
think
just
that was anything, but I think that was just so like, I think it just added to like I like, I think it just added to the fact that this universe is like, it's not, none of it was supposed to be normal the whole time. Um, well, then he is like, I'm gonna clean up, like, I'll be with you, Nikki. And then he goes to clean up, and he gets the gun from her, and even then he can't like kill himself with it
Too much of a
because
fucking bitch to kill himself.
yeah.
And then he takes the pills and he's about to
And
try to throw up the pills because he can't even do that.
Can I say
yeah,
something before we get to that end though? When after she shoots Ian, she's losing her mind, and the way he comforts her is the most affectionate and loving he has been the entire movie. She's like, I'm not like I want to be pretty. I'm not pretty. He's like, you're beautiful. Like I love you. We're gonna get through this. And he's like holding her like very closely. It's like it's really sad because it's like, oh, they could have been sweet.
it's almost like I thought everyone dying right at the end was almost like Shakespearean, like
Yeah.
a very like Shakespearean tragedy,
Mhm.
and in some weird sense because
No, yeah.
Right.
everyone dies at the end. There's all this like comfort, and then all this death and destruction, and I thought that was like so cool, like so good.
But he goes to throw up the pills.
And then Nikki snaps the one wish willow that is left
And
and basically makes the same wish, wishes Bear loves her. Before he can throw up, so he already took the pills, he comes out, they have this aw, and then he dies, which snaps
Oh,
which snaps her out of it. And this is like one of my favorite endings. It's fucking horrifying. Like leaving the theater and you just hear her fucking sobbing in the background is so it shows her like snap out of it, look around, and it's like, oh shit, all of my like everyone's dead.
yeah.
She's sobbing. The camera like flips to the TV, written and directed by Curry Baker, and she's just sobbing while the music plays. Which, by the way, the score during this movie is so fucking good. But it's just like one of the most harrowing endings of a movie I've seen in a long time.
Can I make a comparison?
yeah,
It really felt like the end of Saw 1. When Adam is just alone in the dark room and the credits roll over him screaming. It's Saw. It's Saw.
Boo! No,
Love Saw. You liked Saw.
I didn't like Saw.
You love Saw. Don't even play, Alex. You
I
love
didn't
Saw.
like Saw.
No, it was a great ending. And also the thing that's on the TV is videos of Bear sleeping.
Yeah, that was crazy.
This movie made me feel some stuff.
I
that
I haven't like
movie.
I hadn't thought about like this movie made me think about like I thought about this movie for a while after I saw it.
I was anxious for a while after also. Um, I don't think a movie made me this tense and anxious after it since Bring Her Back last summer. That movie that got me pretty well. That like spooked me a lot.
Okay, I have another keep three, cut five, and this one is performances slash characters by women in horror movies. This one is harder, so I want you guys to converse. You have three keeps, five cuts.
Okay.
I've kept it mostly modern except for one. And keep in mind, I don't watch horror movies, so these are ones that I have seen.
Okay.
Number one, Toni Collette in Hereditary.
You gotta keep, right?
Yeah, keep. I was
Keep.
waiting for you, but keep. Yeah,
Yeah. I think you have to keep it.
Okay. Number two, Nev Campbell in Scream.
Cut.
cut.
Number three, Florence Pugh in Midsummer.
I could cut.
Cut. Yeah,
Okay. Or Jamie Lee Curtis in Halloween.
cut.
Cut. Steve,
Go.
you and I are linked.
Number five, Indy Neverett, Obsession.
Keep.
Okay. So you only have one keep left.
How many more do we have?
Three more. One keep left. Number six, Sigourney Weaver in Alien.
Ooh. One
Ooh.
left though. One
I
left.
we
I
have
love
one.
Sigourney Weaver, but like one left.
I okay. I will cut this with you. I want the audience to know that
Well,
if the next two are
well,
bad, this was
who else could it be though?
Oh, you have 2 names left. Who else do you think I would include?
okay. It's gonna be Silence of the Lambs.
That's a really fucking good. She got fucking Oscar, right? Alex, you're the Oscar guy. Didn't she get an Oscar
Yeah,
for
she
that?
did. She did.
Yeah.
The other one it could be um
Movies that I have watched.
Kiki Palmer and No.
I do love
Did I
Keke
get
Palmer.
both? Did I get both? Looking at his face, I got both.
Maybe.
I
Who
would
knows?
probably prefer Jodie Foster over Sigourney Weaver.
I'll go with you. Even though personally, I know like wide audience, I'll go with you, but like in my personal opinion, I do value Sigourney Weaver and Aliens above. But I'll cut.
Maybe it's also a recency bias because I haven't seen Alien in a while.
Okay, I've
But
seen Alien. I've also seen Alien way more recently than
Silence
I
of the
watched it
Lambs.
about I watch it like twice a year.
Shit.
Okay,
Alright, well,
so we're cutting Sigourney Weaver and Alien.
Okay, I'll cut it. Yeah.
Amy Madigan, Weapons.
Oh, I'll keep it. I'll keep it.
I prefer Amy Madigan over Jodie Foster.
I'm keeping with you. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so you have kept Toni Collette in Hereditary. You have kept Indy Navarrete in Obsession.
This is
And
very
Amy
recency
Madigan
bias
in Weapons.
by us.
You're cutting Nev Campbell in Scream, Florence
Yeah.
Pugh, Midsummer, Jamie Lee Curtis, Halloween, Sigourney Weaver, Alien, and Lupita Nyong'o in Us.
Oh, I knew it was gonna be a Jordan Peele movie. It was gonna be.
How do we feel about that list?
I think I replaced Toni Collette with Lupita.
I would replace Toni Collette with Sigourney Weaver Aliens.
Either
Or
way,
Alien.
we would replace Toni Collette.
Yeah.
I would with Lupita. I would, yeah. That's a good. May I just say, I think that this year, has been the year of like weird hypotheticals.
Yeah,
After the drama, you're like, "What's the worst thing you've ever done?" And then after this movie, you're like, "What would you wish for? How would you phrase that?" I don't know. I think that's cool.
Yeah.
Fucked up relationships. You're fucked up relationships.
I hope us going into Backrooms this week. Not to cover it next week. We're covering Moonrise Kingdom, but I hope
Moonrise Kingdom.
we're gonna go see
My favorite
Backrooms.
movie. I'm so excited. Now you guys have seen that, right?
Yep, that's correct.
Let's go. It's love it.
But hopefully Backrooms. I don't think it's about a couple, but we'll see.
No, I don't think. But I'm watching that today, so I'm excited.
Some of you guys should come out to California, watch it with me.
The back rooms? Are you paying for my flight?
No. Thank you very much for listening to our very new podcast, Pod Day Afternoon. This was originally a radio show, and our radio show was probably a little bit better, but bear with us, we're figuring it out. It only took 4 Zoom calls today, which is the average so far.
We will be buying Zoom Premium, so it'll be smoother.
It's upgraded. Subscribe to our Patreon, our YouTube, all of the stuff that doesn't exist. Maybe we'll have a website one day.
Well, let's stick to let's subscribe to the YouTube, follow the TikTok. That's on the way. Follow me on Substack. I got a newsletter. Pretty sick.
What is it?
It's called Cutting the Film on Substack. It's good stuff. I'm writing every week minimum. So check that out.
And just to really put the hammer on that head, we're all 3 very unemployed. So if anybody has jobs in Maine, in Vermont, or California, we are open, we are available, we are ready, we have an open schedule.
So open, please. Next week we're doing Moonrise Kingdom. Thank you guys for listening.
Love ya.
Love you.
Love ya.
There was a fish in the percolator.